Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the first video of the year and I am the Gamer of Knowledge and More. Today we're doing Shiranui Zombies. I know, crazy. Me doing zombies again. God, this guy's so original. So we're going to start off with the monsters and I'm going to show off the zombies first, which will be so first is 2 Doom King Borrowed Rock. It is in the deck because it can manipulate how zombies do things. Plus, its banish effect goes really well with the Shiranui archetype because they most of them gain effects if they're banished, and it can negate my opponent's hand traps because, some of them because Ash Blossom and Ghost Bird are zombies naturally. Next, to get to zombie world, I want to Necro Banshee. If I can banish it to activate zombie world from my deck, but this must be on the field or in the grave to do so. Next is triple Masuki. This in here to bring back my zombies in the graveyard. It actually goes really well with another corner deck, which I'll show off later, and I might do a show on it later. Next up is triple unit zombie. This can send zombies from the deck to the grave to increase levels of my monsters or my opponent's monsters if they have levels. So, and it's a tuner. It's a 0 defense tuner, so I can bring it out with Solitaire. Lastly, for generic zombies, I want 2 Glow Bloom to get into the Doom King Borrowed Rock. Because it says, if it's sent to the grave, I can banish it to either add a level 5 or higher zombie or special summon it if I have zombie rolled out. Next, for the Shiranui monsters, I am running triple Shiranui Squire. This is the other card that goes well with Masuki because when this is normal summoned, I can special summon a Shiranui Spectral Sword monster from my hand or deck, but I'm locked into zombies for the turn. And if it's banished, I can draw a card, then discard a card. Next is 1 Spirit Master. This is mainly in here because of Shiranui's Dow Swallow Slash. But what it does is, when it's normal summoned, I get to bring back a Shiranui from my hand or grave, except him, but banish him when it leaves the field. And if this is banished, I can target a face-up card my opponent controls and destroy it. But yeah, it's in there mainly as a Swallow Slash banish target. Next, it is 3 Solitaire. It goes well with Unit Zombie because it can bring it out from the deck. And if it's banished, I can bring back a banished Shiranui or 2 if I have Shiranui's Dow Synthesis out. Next, for the Spectral Swords, I am running 2 of each. Shade can bring back 2 banished zombies as long as one's a Shiranui except himself, which goes well with Squire and Masuki. And the regular Spectral Sword can essentially synchro summon, but it's not treated as a synchro summon from the graveyard, as long as it's another zombie. Next, to round up the monsters, I'm running triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which prevents my opponents from going into the deck. Plus, it's a zombie, so I can benefit from it because of Doom King Borrowed Rock. And lastly, 2 Ghost Spell on Haunted Mansion. Same thing except for the graveyard. All the things I said about Ash Blossom could apply to that, except changing the searching for the graveyard. Next, for this, I'm only running a couple of spells and traps in the deck. So for the spells, I'm playing triple Zombie World. Because of Necrowood Banshee is searchable, and because of all my other cards, I can easily get into it. And I'm playing one copy of two other spells, which is Ghost Meets Ghost, Shiranui Story, and Called by the Grave. So, Ghost Meets Gold can bring out a Shiranui from the deck, as long as I discard a zombie and my opponent controls a monster. And Called by can prevent my opponent from using their Axe Blossoms and Joy Springs and stuff. Next, for the traps, I'm running two Shiranui Dow Samsara. Its name becomes Shiranui Dow Synthesis while it's in the field spell and trap zone, and I can either banish the face of zombie I control to take no damage this turn, even if this leaves the field, or I can shuffle in two of my banished zombies with 0 defense to draw a card. Next, two Shiranui Dow Swallow Slash. I see it as a better Icarus attack, and I've even made a video about it on my channel. So, it's Icarus attack, if you don't know. This tributes a zombie to destroy 2 cards on the field. Then I banish the Shiranui from my deck. Lastly, I run 3 Imperm. I get to negate my opponent's monsters, but I can either do it from my hand if I control no cards, or it can negate spell and traps in the same column if I set it first. So that's it for the main deck. It's time for the extra deck. So starting off with the Link monsters, I'm playing one Yukiona, the Absolute Zero Marakashi. It's in here because it's a good replacement for like Access Code Talker or Bowl Sword Dragon. It negates, it manipulates the graveyard in some way. If a monster special summon from the grave, or monster activates its effects in the grave, I can target another monster on the field and negate its attack, negate its effects and takes its attack to 0. Next is the Link 3 version, which can negate an opponent's monster's effect if it's special summoned. Then I can bring back a zombie synchro that's banished or in my grave by banishing this from the grave. Next, one Skill Saga Supremacy protects my zombies, protects my synchros from card effect destruction, and it protects my fires from battle. One Vampire Sucker to draw me cards. One Offender Savior to send monsters from the deck to the grave. One Sun Saga to protect my monsters by banishing Shiranuis and to destroy stuff. One Shen Ying because because Shiranuis like to banish. One Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord to bring back my monsters during my opponent's turn. One Shogun Saga to banish monsters from my graveyard. One Felgrant to do the same for my opponent's monsters. One Zombie Necro Dragon to have a humongous beats deck. One Shiranui Squire Saga to banish my monsters and gain effects depending on what I banish. One Archfiend Zombie Skull because even though I don't run any Plague Spider monsters in the deck, he can be brought out using Spectral Sword's effect. He's the same as Skill Saga Supremacy's Synchro effect, except for zombies. One Samurai Saga because it's a generic level 6 to go into in this deck, technically. And one Immortal Dragon to round up the synchros. So the Squire combo involves Squire and Mitsuki in hand. You can have Spectral Sword Shade in hand, but Squire can bring the Spectral Swords from the deck. So what you do is you normal Squire, you Special Shade from deck, you tune for Squire Saga. You then use Squire Saga's effect, banish Squire, to make your monsters gain green to attack, and you can destroy a spell and trap card on the field. Then use Squire's effect to draw and discard Mitsuki. Then use Mitsuki's effect to bring back Shade. Tribute Shade, bring those two back. You can then use them to summon Vampire Sucker. Then use Mitsuki's effect to bring back Shade. Draw a card from Vampire Sucker. Then tune for either your Dragon Lord or your Sun Saga. I would also say Shen Ying, but both Squire and Shade lock you into synchro, into zombies for the turn. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.